What's going on, YouTube? So I posted a picture on my Instagram like I always do, and it was the one of my HTC One, and this guy says, haven't seen a pic of the HTC One lately or a video. And then my reply was, sorry about that, that will change very soon. And he said, thanks about that. Now, I've been planning on this video. I was going to do it a while ago, but something always comes up. So he encouraged me to get off of my butt and actually turn on my camera and make this video. If you're following me on Twitter, then you saw my post earlier with Adobe Premiere Pro, and I was like, no, I'm not editing. But apparently the battery inside that little guy right there, which is my shotgun mic, which I used to record the audio, it was dead and it wasn't recording audio. So yeah, I had to redo this video. So here we go. Like I said, I was going to do this video, but this guy kind of gave me the, you know what excuse do I have for not making this video? So shout out to Everything Tech and Gaming for encouraging me to get off my butt and make this video. So here is the HTC One. It is on stock 4.3 right now. Bootloader's unlocked, and I have S off. So let's go ahead and search for an app called Recovery Tools, and then search for it. It's like a little green icon with a circle in it, made by DSL Nexus. So we'll go ahead and install that. You do have to have root in order to use this. If you don't have root, then you need to unlock your bootloader, and you need to install the latest recovery via fastboot. And while that's downloading, you'll need to fire up your web browser. I know from experience that the built-in browser doesn't want to work correctly with what we're doing. So we're going to open up Google and we're going to search CWM recovery, and then hit search. And then it's going to come up here, and you'll want to click the first link, clockworkmod.com/raw-manager. Now, I'm a twerp guy. Always been a twerp guy. Well, have been for years. But twerp and USB OTG are not working. And twerp 2500 used to work fine with USB OTG, but I can't get my touchscreen to work. It won't let me touch on the screen at all. I'm going to go ahead and just take that and put it in the bottom here. And then it's lighting up, letting me know that it's working. So I'm going to go to install. If that'll work. It's frozen. Let me power it off and try this again. Oh, wait. Swipe to unlock. Yeah, this touchscreen's out. All right. So we're going to be doing this with Clockwork Mod Recovery, unfortunately. So in Chrome, on the left button is for, like, if you want to use the buttons, like the volume up and down buttons, and the right one's touch recovery. So we're going to go down this list until we find the HTC One. And there it is. The HTC One is supported, the AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon, and the GSM version. Now, we're using the Sprint version, so we're obviously going to go over to the right here, and we're going to click on 6043, and then it's going to start downloading. Alright, there it goes. It's downloading, and it's a very small file. It'll download rather quickly. If you have Verizon, just make sure you download the Verizon one. If you have T-Mobile, just make sure you download the T-Mobile one. You can use this video no matter which version of the HTC One you have. You'll just need to download the correct corresponding files for your phone. Alright, so the recovery is downloaded. We're going to open up this Recovery Tools app. The first time you open it, it's going to ask for super user permission. Just go ahead and grant it. And then if you like your recovery, you can choose backup and then just press go, and it'll name it whatever accordingly. So we're going to go to Flash Other Recovery. The reason I'm not recommending choosing these options is because I know personally that it will not always have the latest version in here, and when you try to flash something, it doesn't work. You go through all this trouble to come to find out that you had an older version of the recovery. So that's why I'm showing you how to download it manually and to have the absolutely very latest recovery. So go to Flash Other Recovery, and then go to our download folder here, and you'll see Clockwork Mod Touch 6043. As you can see, I've already did this video. And I installed twerp recovery in the first video, and it kept failing me, so I installed Clockwork Mod Touch. So again, unfortunately, we're not using twerp because twerp wouldn't work. And go ahead and press yes, please. It's going to flash it. Do you want to reboot into recovery now? If you're watching this video, then there's absolutely no reason for you not to press yes, please. And it should take you into recovery. But I'm going to show you how to do it manually. And please keep in mind that this process is going to erase everything. It shouldn't touch your internal storage, but like your pictures and stuff like that, but it will erase your apps. So if you got kind of far in Angry Birds, you're going to lose that. If you got far in Hill Climb Racing, you're going to lose that. So you'll want to go to the Google Play Store and download an app called Titanium Backup. If you don't know how to use Titanium Backup, in the description, I'll have a link to my video. It's quite long, but it walks you through every single thing that Titanium Backup can do. Well, not everything. It would have been even longer, but anyways, so enough jibber jabbering. We have recovery installed. We're going to hold the power button down. You'll just need Titanium Backup to back up your apps, and that way when you get to your new ROM, which is CM11, you'll be able to restore those apps. So we're going to choose restart and then restart. Now, while it's restarting, hold volume down. It's all you have to do is hold the volume down button. If your phone is fully powered down, like if it's completely off, you'll need to hold volume down and the power button. When you do that, it will get to the screen right here. And we're going to need to go down here to recovery and hit the power button, and that'll get us into our custom recovery that we installed with recovery tools. Now, in here, it's very, very simple. We'll just choose wipe factory reset. Yes, erase all user data. And then you can do this without this. This is just like a cool thing to have, a way to plug this in your computer, quickly transfer files to any micro USB or micro SD card you have laying around, put it in here, and then take this and plug it into the bottom of your phone. And when you do that, it'll light up and it says mounting. So check, we're good to go. We can install stuff from the SD card. Again, I want to make it very clear, you do not have to go out and buy this thing. It's not required. You can load the ROM and the G apps on your internal storage and flash them that way. That's completely fine. But I prefer installing ROMs from an SD card, and I prefer backing up my entire phone onto an SD card. That way I can hook the SD card into my computer and safely, have somewhere to store those files. All right, so we did the factory reset. We have the files on our SD card. You're going to need two files. You're going to need the CM11, and then you're going to need the G apps. Now, for CM11, if there's only nightlies available, then that's your only choice. If you see something called a snapshot, sorry, I couldn't say that right, which is like an M1, M2, M3, the newer the version, the better. Those are the most stable versions. Those are, they're a lot more stable than a nightly. So I highly recommend it. If you see an M1 for CM11, flash that instead of a nightly. If you see an M2, flash that over your M1. If you see an M3, flash that over your M2. And then if you see release candidate, which is RC, then you'll want to flash that instead of a monthly. And then it goes stable. CM11 is not going to be stable for a little while, so if it is stable, I'll have a link in the description, and I'll update the description of this video the best I can. So nightlies, monthlies, which are snapshots, and then release candidates, and then stable. So like I said, just if you see a monthly, flash that instead of a nightly. If you see a release candidate, flash that instead of a monthly. You just want to flash the most stable version possible because you're going to be using your phone for phone calls, text messaging, pictures, and etc. So I'm done talking now. We did the factory reset. Let's go to install zip, if I can touch on it correctly. And then the file is on our storage USB disk right here. And then we're going to just flick on down to where we find CM11 SPR. If you're on T-Mobile, make sure it's M7 TMO. If you're on Verizon, make sure it's M7 VZW. And just press on whatever model you have, press yes for install, and it'll take just a second. Again, it doesn't matter if you have Verizon, T-Mobile, a GSM, AT&T. It doesn't matter which version of the HTC One you have. I'll have links to every single model that's supported in the description below. You can follow along this video. Just make sure the file that you're flashing right there, M7 SPR, make sure you're if you have a T-Mobile HTC One, make sure you're flashing an M7 TMO. And likewise with the Verizon, make sure it's the VZW. That's done, so we need to do one more thing before we're done. We need to go to install, and then we need to go down to the G apps. Now, I recommend flashing the 2013 1208. Those are the ones where art is not Art isn't fully compatible with CM11 yet. If it is later on, so be it. But as of right now, CyanogenMod says when you enable it that it's not a feature they recommend, and these GApps, they are not art compatible. If you want art compatible GApps, then flash the 1119. But they say they recommend flashing the 1208, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then yes, this is going to give us our Google Play Store and all of our apps that we're going to need on our phone. Again, if you don't flash this, you're not going to have the GApps. It's that simple. And then once this is done, we should be able to hit go back and then reboot system now. And then once the light turns off on this little guy here, we can pull it out. We're done with it. And when it starts up, we should see a spinning CyanogenMod logo, which tells us that CyanogenMod 11 flashed successfully. So it's a little hard to say that. But yep, there you have it. CyanogenMod 11 on the HTC One. The first boot up's always the longest, so I'm going to go ahead and speed up through this. Alright, so we're going to go hit next. And this is where, if you've never installed CM11 before, or CyanogenMod actually, you'll want to create a new account. If you already have, then you'll want to log into your existing account. And then it'll ask you to choose your Wi-Fi, so I'll do that now. Whenever you log into your Wi-Fi, just hit connect, of course. I'm sure you know that, but now it's going to ask you to log into your CyanogenMod account, so I'm going to do that too. Alright, so we entered our information. We're just going to hit log in. And then it's going to log us into our account if we sign in correctly. And it's going to say, do you have a Google account? You're like, yes, I have one. Let me sign in. After you've entered in your information, just hit the little arrow, press OK. And then it's going to sign in. And I just recommend going out here and unchecking keep me up to date. I mean, if you want to get emails through Google Play, that's completely up to you. All right, so press next. And then we are Central Time. It remembered that from the last time we installed CM11 on our Galaxy S4. When this pops up, I'm not part of the CyanogenMod team by any means, but from what I've read, I think Launcher 3 is unofficial. Like, they're not sure what they're going to call it yet. Trebuchet or whatever it was called was the official launcher before. So it may be Launcher 4 when you install this. It may be called something different. That's the CyanogenMod launcher. This one is the KitKat launcher. So I'm going to hit OK for always, and then press OK. And then, OK, Google. Who is M9?
Here is some information about M9.
OK, Google. Who is Marshall Mathers?
Here is some information about M9.
Okay, Google. What is Eminem's real name?
Eminem's full name is Marshall Bruce Mathers III.
So there you have it. You have working Google now. You can just say, okay, Google. It'll come up and, well, go away. Alright, so we've installed it. You're good to go. You can leave this video if you just wanted to install the ROM and you're done. You bounced, you're out. For those of you that stuck around, thank you. When you drag down from the right, this is your quick toggles. This is where you can toggle off your Wi-Fi. You can press on brightness and you can simply change the brightness by pulling that around. So that's really cool. If you drag down the left side here, that's your notifications. So right is the quick toggles, left is the notifications. I don't like that. So I pull down the right side, I press settings, and then I go to interface, and then I go to, not status bar, sorry, quick settings panel. Press quick pull down, turn it off, and now when you pull from the right, that's still your notifications. So no matter where you pull from, you're getting to your notifications, and then you can just simply press that to go over to your quick toggles and press on like your battery and see how your battery's doing. Something else that I noticed just recently is that when you press this, it deletes the battery stats. So if your battery stats are inaccurate, just press that to erase them. That's pretty cool. Didn't notice that till recently, and now we can close out of that. So some more things I do is I go to here, I go to settings, and then I go to the interface, and then I go to status bar, and it's on circle. They changed it a little bit. It used to be circle percentage. Now you actually gotta go down here and check this little box that says percentage. Now you have a nice little indicator that says, hey, you have 100% or you have 5%, instead of just a little bar. Then you're like, oh, my battery's full. Oh, it's dead. So double tap to sleep. I still haven't figured out what that one is yet. I don't know how to enable that. I'm gonna get comments, people saying you do this, you do that. Well, I don't know. I've never seen that feature before. So also more things I do is I go to settings, and then you'll see you don't have developer options. So if you install Titanium Backup and you go to restore your apps that you backed up, you're gonna be like, Titanium Backup keeps saying all these things. Go to About Phone, go to build number, keep tapping on that, and now you go back, and there's a new option there called developer options. For advanced reboot, that's just simply where you hold down the power button, and when it pops up, you choose reboot. You have one option. You reboot. That's it. If you check advanced reboot and you hold the power button down and you choose reboot, now you can reboot into recovery or bootloader. It's pretty cool. It's for advanced people that want to go into recovery. So what else you can do in here is for root access, I highly recommend choosing disabled, and I'm going to show you that. Hopefully I remember how to fix that. If you install Titanium Backup, it's going to give you some warning about the super user binary, and it's going to recommend installing SuperSU. So we're going to take care of that in just a second here. So Android debugging, check that, press OK. I uncheck the notify thing because I don't like having an extra thing in my notifications when I have my phone plugged into my computer. I'm sorry I'm going a little bit fast. A lot of my subscribers know how to flash a ROM, but for those of you that are seeing this video for the very first time, thank you for watching, and sorry I'm going fast. I've just done this about 1 billion times. To make the things go by quicker, you can change these to 0.5, and the animations will fly by about twice as fast than they were before. We can back out of there, and then you'll want to go to security if you're going to be using Titanium Backup, and I uncheck make passwords visible because I don't like that, and then check on, oops, not device administrators, unknown sources, press OK. And then uncheck verify apps. Now Titanium Backup will not have a problem. It will not nag. If you install Titanium Backup and it says, whoa, your Android ID is different, do you want to restore? Press restore. Basically, if you don't restore the Android ID from the previous installation, then some of your app's data is going to say, whoa, this is not the same device. It's not going to work. So, and I believe you have the Pro version to do that. So if you don't have the Pro version of Titanium Backup, you need the Pro version. It's not an option. You need it. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing, and it's definitely worth $7. You should check out my full review of Titanium Backup. It's actually, you can just go to the Google Play Store, search Titanium Backup, and watch the video linked within the app, or just watch the one that I put in the description of this video. So there we have it under display. We can go to rotation and choose 180 degrees. Now if you grab your phone upside down by accident, you can still see the screen. So that's pretty darn cool. When you plug it into the wall, this little thing right here will turn the screen on or off, letting you know your charger was connected or disconnected. Some people may not like that, so you can just uncheck that. And that's about it for that. I don't know what else to show you in here. When we disabled the root, I'm going to show you how we're going to fix that. So we're just going to open up the browser here, and we're going to go here, and we're going to type in, if it'll bring up the keyboard, Supersu, and then Google that, and then you'll want to find the link to the XDA developers thread. So we'll click on that, and then down here in the very first post, you'll find this link that says CWM, twerp, Odin, mobile Odin installation zip. Press on that, just press on that right there, and then you'll want to find this link right here. Of course, it could be 187, 190, whatever. He updates it quite frequently, so just press on that. It starts the download, and it takes just a second. When it's done, you can hold the power button down and then choose reboot and then recovery and press OK. And now we're going to reboot to recovery. We're going to fix the SuperSU. And when we do this, Titanium Backup will have absolutely no issues with, and no other apps that require SuperSU binary will have issues. So you're just kind of basically fixing a minor annoyance with, I don't know if it's the creator of the Couch who creates a super user or what, but we're going to go to install zip. We're going to choose from SD card. We're going to go to 0, and then we're going to go to download, and then we're going to choose update SuperSU binary 186. Why was there 2? Huh, an older one was still in there. So we're going to choose 186, which is the latest as of this video. Again, if you see 190, it's perfectly fine choosing that. Press yes for install. It's installing SuperSU, and now we can just go back and choose reboot system now. When it starts up, you're going to see a little thing that's saying Android is upgrading. Don't freak out. Don't worry. That's completely normal. And after that first reboot of installing CM11, your phone should boot up a whole lot faster. I love CyanogenMod because you're dealing with an AOSP ROM. You don't have any Sense or TouchWiz or Moto Blur or anything, an overlay on top of Android slowing it down. Plus, you're installing KitKat. There's the Android is upgrading. That's just Supersu. You'll also want to go to this new app you'll have called Supersu, and then install an add-on to back up the script, which will survive custom ROM updates. So basically, if you install a new nightly, it won't get rid of Supersu. So press OK. Install the backup. We're going to go to settings here, and then we're going to uncheck reauthentication. Trust me, that'll get annoying every time an app updates. It'll have to re-grant it super user permission. And so we're going to scroll down here a little bit until we see respect CM settings. Uncheck that. So when we disabled root earlier, it doesn't matter anymore. CyanogenMod no longer controls root access. This does. And we'll also press on install Supersu backup script. And then when you do that, it will be, you can't highlight it anymore. And we're done here. If you want to support Chainfire, you can press upgrade to Pro. And I've already purchased this, so it won't say, you need to buy this app? And it's re-downloading it because I paid for it. And there you have it. You have CyanogenMod 11, Android 4.4.2, about phone. You'll see right there, 442. And then if you keep pressing on it, you'll see this little screen right here, which is pretty freaking cool. And I still don't know how to get to the other Easter egg. I see people do it. They like long press somewhere right here, but I can't get it to do it. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Who knows? CyanogenMod version. Yeah, this wasn't working earlier. I don't know why. Usually when you keep pressing that, it shows the something similar to the screen you just saw, but it's different. It's from CyanogenMod. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up by clicking the like button below. Trust me, it helps out more than you probably know, and I appreciate it when you do it. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit that red subscribe button right next to the like button. It'll notify you when I post future videos of the HTC One. I also have several other videos of the HTC One if this is your first time watching one of my videos. Future videos on the Nexus 5 are coming soon, and the Oppo Find 7, we're going to be doing that video when that device comes out, and the NVIDIA Shield 2. Got a ton of videos coming this year, so if you're new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe. You will not regret it. I have a ton of great content coming, and yeah. If you want to stay up to date on the very latest videos that I'm working on, if you want to know, hey, sometime today a video is going to be uploaded, make sure you follow me on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter, please create one. When I upload a video, it auto-tweets to Twitter, and sometimes people don't get videos in their sub boxes, and they're like, hey, I had to go to your channel, and this video didn't show up in my thing. I never got to see this video because it never showed up. If you're following me on Twitter, you'll see that it tweeted that I, uploaded a new video. So you'll be in the know, and you'll always know what I'm working on. So I post on Twitter the most. I also have a Facebook, a Google+, I have a Vine, I have Instagram where I'm at a lot, 24/7 actually. I have a second channel where I upload videos from the front-facing camera on my HTC One, my Nexus 5, my Note 3, whatever device I have in my pocket. If I want to make a video, I use the front-facing camera on it. It's youtube.com/wwjoshdew. That's my second channel. My gaming channel is youtube.com/wwjoshdew. And that's where I upload just anything gaming related. So again, if you want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest, please make sure you follow me on whatever social medias you have, and you'll never miss out on anything. This is What Would Josh Do, and I'm out.